Hello, and welcome to HORRORific Tales. In this show, we celebrate the creations of independent authors and aspiring writers. Please like, subscribe, and share these episodes so that we can help our talented friends gain as much exposure as possible. We would also appreciate it if you could support our artists by following them on their independent platforms and by purchasing their works. Details on how to do so will be in the show notes. Today's HORRORific tale is a piece submitted by Benjamin Wylde. Come join us now as we present to you Renfield, A Tale of Madness. The master is coming for me, but they don't believe it. All my jailers and the sawbones, my dear lovesick doctor, they call me mad. They call me a lunatic. What was the word Seward used? Oh yes, zoophagus. I eat spiders, you see. Nice, fat spiders. The spiders eat the flies, and I in turn eat the spider. And the life that the spider has taken, in turn, gives life back to me. In the earth, right beneath our feet, there is a kingdom. A vicious kingdom, where the larger animal must devour the smaller in order to live. They tear the flesh and drink the blood. And the blood. And the blood. And the blood. Yes, the blood is the life. The master tells me these things. Has been ever since I was a child. He found me. Whispered to me in the dark, deep down near the stone where the crows could not land to sniff out perished flesh and peck it clean. I felt him there, one finger against the back of my neck. My master would have slender fingers, like that Italian who sculpted his beloved boy without a stitch on his bare skin. White as bone and nails sharp as cut glass. Oh, my master is radiant. He burns like the sun, but only walks by the light of the pale moon. I will not mother. I will not make such noise again. I promise. Oh, please open the door. It's so dark and I cannot see. I cannot breathe. I want to be sick in front of her so that she might know the depth of my hatred for her. I wonder if she might glean the sentiment from my bile. Would my expulsion be quite so eloquent as Shelley or Le Fanu, that she could read my putrescence like so many novels? Briggs is on tonight. Briggs is so much worse than Martin. Don't be making me mischief, old fly-eater, or it's a good whipping for you. I hate Briggs. When the master comes, he will make him lower than maggots, but the master will not partake of his blood. Oh no. My master is a gentleman, and he will sup from finer chalices, and they shall be ladies, with breasts as pale and as fine as ivory. From their lips shall issue forth pleas. They will beg him for his kiss, the kiss that defies death. I should like to be wanted by ladies. In his kingdom I will be. His kingdom where flesh does not fade, and where I will make a bed out of my grave, and sleep there all the days of the earth, and roam about only. As you can see, the patient is, good morning, Mr. Renfield. How are we this morning? Far better than you, doctor. My master comes against you and all your ilk. It is as I have explained. This delusion which preys upon his mind, and manifests as a kind of bloodlust. Damn! Why must they intrude here upon my exaltation? If I were Mother Superior of a covenant, deep in my prayers and contemplations, they would not disturb me so. They would beg my indulgences. Miss Murray has come to observe you at close quarters, and I hope you will be on your best behavior, Mr. Renfield. He speaks to me as though I am a child. Does he imagine lunacy to be sprung from out of the cradle, and their reason to suit the confines of the nursery, as though they play at madness like some child's game? I see her clearly now. She is beautiful. Her flesh is pink, and her cheeks flush with blood. Blood. May I have her, master? May I keep her to feed and be fed by, as though she were a kitten stray from her mother's nest? What is your initial prognosis, doctor? She is like to make herself sound as one of the men, but I see through you. I see how soft is the woman beneath that coat, and how he will make you surrender. Mr. Renfield is a most curious and unique case. He fantasizes about some master, a figure who I cannot say, at least for the moment, conforms to the more usual patterns of an external tormentor, but rather, he appears to be one of complete and total submission. The patient expresses a near fanatical reverence toward him. but I have been able to get very little else out of him, certainly not a name. I'm convinced that if I were to find out a little more, then it may be the key to his cure. He speaks, but says nothing at all. Hang all doctors. What do the butchers know of true sacrifice, the supplication of the arteries and the practices to which they may be put? What do they know of true hunger and desire? They speak as though I'm a babe stumbling through the darkness. I made a friend of the dark. It holds no danger for me. His sickness has no noticeable pattern, then? How careful you are to notice, my dear. What I have noticed is that Mr. Renfield's behavior does bear resemblance to an established mythology native to some parts of the Balkans. I believe the more popular term is vampire. Would that not be considered as an external tormentor, Dr. Seward? This one's smart as paint. Please do not be pert, Miss Murray. As you can see, Mr. Renfield does not fear any such figure. I said only that it bore a resemblance. His preoccupation with consuming blood being the most obvious feature, but of small animals and insects only, not people. Furthermore, Mr. Renfield does not believe himself to be dead. It was then I found the thing to do. Several days ago I had slipped my captor's leash, and made my way to a room where I happened upon many sharp implements. I guessed of the doctoring kind, and before I was flung back in my cell, pocketed one such device. Taking it now from its hiding place, I struck out at the doctor and caught his wrist, wherein those crimson beads fell swiftly from the fasciate and to the floor. I will take the doctor into me, so that I may know his game better and guess his thoughts before he has them. My master will know him, and he will bring the doctor into his keeping. They scream, they run. I hear all his little chickens fleeing down the halls as my tongue scrapes the floor. I will not miss a drop. He commands it. I listen, I obey. I don't know how long I've been here. My hands are tied and my arms constrained. I do so hate these jackets. They're terribly uncomfortable. Dr. Seward does enjoy his petty torments. He seeks to deny my master. He thinks to tie me down and fill me with poisons so that I will not talk. But he doesn't know. No matter where I am, the master will find me out. Sure as eggs is eggs. How could you do such a thing? The child is only 4 years old. Such a poor, delicate little thing. You wretch, you fiend. Bring him here. String him up, fools. They know nothing. Sometimes sacrifices must be made. If it brings me closer into the keeping of my master, then so be it. I must leave here. The storm is swallowing the sea, and my master journeys through the air to meet me. I will leave here. I hear the bells to warn them. It is nothing but the dying echo of this machine age. My master shall make it wet with blood and return it to the time of magic, where the dead walk and the cities burn with tribal fire and the Christians all aflame. The wind whips my face. I am outside. I stand on the roof and high above the vaulted temples of industry. Oh, what a joyous moment this is. I am coming, master. I am coming, master. Yes, blood. The blood is the life. The blood is the life. Well, we hope you enjoyed our latest horrific tale. If you'd like to keep up to date, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Also, follow us on our social media pages. You can also show your support for the channel by going to our merchandise store, picking up some items there. Please also take a moment to support our contributing friends who kindly lend their talents to this show. Check out the links in the description as to how you can do this. Until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.